Welcome to my channel. I'm Gina, the Divine Goddess of Truth. Hi. Today I'm here to talk about the 7 universal laws. You may have heard them as the 7 Hermetic principles of Thoth or Hermes, or you may have heard them as the 7 axioms of Tehuti. You can look it all up. Either way, 7 Hermetic laws, 7 Hermetic principles, 7 universal laws, 7 axioms of Tehuti, 7 axioms of Thoth, Hermes, either one. But for my video, I'm going to call it the 7 universal laws of Tehuti. My last video was about Tehuti's consort, his goddess, his wife, Ma'at, where she's given us 42 laws or 42 negative confessions that one could recite to make sure that they keep themselves in check. And that is where they took the 10 commandments from. This is my copy that I keep near my bed of the 42, and this says 42 affirmations to Ma'at, because you would recite them to the goddess Ma'at. Such as, I would not have committed sin. I have not, I have not, stolen from a god or goddess, and it goes on and so forth. But if you want to check that out in my last video, if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome again. I love you all. Mwah. Okay, so let's get to the 7 universal laws. So the first law, and I'm going to draw the hieroglyphics. They weren't called hieroglyphics in ancient Kemet or ancient Egypt, what you would call ancient Kemet, or some would call it Ikuta. But for my video, ancient Kemet. These weren't called hieroglyphics. That is a Greek term. They were called the Metuneter, which is the language of God. So I'm going to try to draw each glyph or each netter for each of the 7 laws. Okay, so the first one is the principle of mentalism, like mental. That first one states that the all is mind and the universe is mental. So before we see anything before us in our external world, it is conceived inside of our minds. So, and we're co-creating with the all. Each individual is connected to the all. So I am the all, you are the all, and we're all connected to the all. So that is basically what that principle states. And this glyph is just this. We're a part of the all. Okay? That is the first universal law. And to get into the laws before I go to the next one, all of the laws, these laws apply throughout the universe. It's not just like a statute or code that, may be given in your city or your town where you domicile. This is a law that if you went to China, you went to Russia, all these principles or these Hermetic laws would stand true, no matter where you are. So they're good to know. So the second one is the principle of correspondence. As above, so below. As below, so above. And I like to say, as within, so without. So what's going on inside of me, I would see that in a reflection. Someone may come up to me, let's say I'm having a bad day. Someone comes up to me and they're having a bad day. It's like, wow, that's what I look like, and if you pay close attention to your life, you will see a lot of your unwanted and some of your most desirable traits are reflected to you in others. That is that principle of correspondence. And the netter for it is just simply these two lines. As above, so below. Okay, so now, moving right along, we have the principle of vibration. Oh, something else I wanted to say about the principle of correspondence. Inside of each of us are atoms. Inside of that atom is a nucleus with protons, neutrons, and electrons, right? And they all rotate around that nucleus inside of that atom, as the planets rotate around the sun. So as above, so below, we are our own universe. Universe. You are your own universe. Let me try to get that straight. Okay, so that's enough of the principle of correspondence. The principle of vibration. Everything vibrates. Right now, everything is vibrating. Everything contains atoms, protons, neutrons, electrons. Every element. There are many elements in this room. Where my plant looks like it's still, it is vibrating. It is constantly growing. A rock is vibrating, but at a very low pace. The closer you get to the all, the higher the vibration. So that is why we must keep our vibrations high, because we want to maintain our state to a point where we're as close to the most high as possible. That's why we call it high. Even though the all is within us and is a part of us, we still represent that as being high frequency. Like if you listen to music, your music should be 432 hertz and above frequency in order to raise your vibration, because nothing rests, nothing is still, everything moves, everything vibrates. And that meter is this. Okay? So are we vibing high yet? Okay. Moving right along. Next we have the principle of polarity. And I love this one because we do live in a world currently in the third, well, you guys don't know what, we're really in the fifth dimension. However, before we were living in the third dimension. Now, actually, that is a frame of mind. So you can choose to live in the fifth dimension, but that's a whole nother video. So for those, for right now, for all intents and purposes, and on the third dimension, there's polarity. There's light, there's dark, there's high, there's low, there's up, there's down. So the principle of polarity is positive and negative. And it's notated as this, like a battery. Everything has its pair of opposites. Opposites are identical in nature but different in degrees. So where things, all truths are half-truths, and all paradoxes may be reconciled. So let's say if we're on the same pole, but if you go to this side of the pole, let's say you're going to be at the positive side. Go to this side of the pole, you're going to be at the negative side. But however, we're both on the same pole, we're just at different extremes of the poles. Sort of like male and female. While we're humans, while I'm a human and my counterpart is human, I am the feminine, or the positive side, or the negative side, I'm sorry, of the pole. And my counterpart is the opposite, and he's masculine. So it's like a battery. You need both on the pole to operate the device. So in order to get another human, you need both sides of the pole currently. But in his, back in ancient times, they spoke of women being able to produce without males, but that's a whole nother topic. But for now, we do need both poles. Like, we especially need one of the poles. Anyways, moving right along. So the fifth universal law is the principle of gender. We have, and again, I just spoke of that, we have the masculine and the feminine. And I'm going to try to draw this without really like messing it up.